Welcome to IT Weekly, the show that helps you enhance instruction through innovation. Today, we have some of our CMS teachers, and they're going to share some of their favorite tools for you. So as you can see, we're here at NCTies, we're not at our usual studio, and we're at this conference. This is a fantastic opportunity to learn and meet different people. We have CMS as well represented here. We have a lot of teachers here who have gone to sessions, who are doing presentations, and NCTies is just a great organization, a great place for teachers to learn more about technology integration. So what we're going to do today to keep the spirit of the professional development here at NCTies is we have asked some of our teachers here at CMS about some of their favorite tools that they're using, and even about some of the tools they've learned about here at NCTies. So stick around for this episode where some of our teachers teach you about technology in the classroom.
There are tools for annotation that I've started using. I've always been a big advocate for annotation, paper, pencil, but as the assessment moved online, I had to figure out new ways to have my students annotate and be able to transfer those skills to digital means. I've been using DocHub and Google Documents for that purpose. I really like the way that in Google Documents they can share the document and collaborate when they're annotating. And then also the DocHub tools are a lot more aligned with the way that the EOC looks now. I will also use Screencast-O-Matic to show students how I would annotate digitally, and then it can always live in Google Classroom so that they can reference that and see how I would do that. For example, I had students read The Interlopers, which is a 10th grade approved text, a complex text. They had to use the tools to highlight and annotate, writing notes in the margins, and upload that into Google Classroom for me before we could do any type of text-dependent questions and have a Socratic seminar about that. Digital annotation is so important to help students navigate long, complex texts. When students read from beginning to end but have made no notes in the margins or summarize somehow, making inferences, it's really difficult for them to get to the end and be able to analyze the text. The questions usually associated with those texts are deep questions, not something you could just go back into the text and find. They have to have analyzed the entire thing, navigate the question, unpack it to be able to select the best answer. So for them to annotate, they have to have broken down the passage so that by the end they have a very clear understanding of not only what happened, but how the author made that happen, why different characters or plot elements existed in order to make it the text that it is.
Yes, well, recently I've been doing a lot with Google Drawings with my 4th graders and even my 3rd graders. We have done a graphic organizer with like a digital citizenship, hard and written ways that we can be good digital citizens, just a basic way to do a graphic organizer. My 3rd graders have done some Lego storytelling, and they've taken pictures of their Lego creations, and then now they're going back in and using the call-out feature in Google Drawings, and then they're able to put speech bubbles in to describe what's happening in their scenes. While I've been at NCTies, though, I was able to go to a session where I learned a little bit more about how some other people in other districts are using Google Drawings. And so one of the things I really liked was they have designed in one teacher's classroom, basically it looks like a corkboard with post-it notes all over it, and they're using it, putting it in a Google Classroom or maybe just pushing it out to kids, letting them copy it, and that's their exit ticket for the week. So it's kind of neat to get to see teachers building what may in the past may have had to be in a Padlet, for example, but now they're able to do it through a Google drawing. The other thing that people talked about was being able just to simply annotate things. So maybe you want to take a picture of something and then go into Google Drawings and annotate over it. And of course, like I have done, we talk about annotating images, but they have a picture of some presidents and they have speech bubbles coming out of their mouths. So that got me to thinking, wow, all kinds of historical paintings we could pull up and have kids do speech bubbles with those as well. And of course, just many different graphic organizers and kids making infographics with Google Drawings. That was an amazing feature as well.
The app that I utilize the most is a free app on my phone called Plickers, and it's great because my students don't have to have technology for this. They actually use It looks like a giant QR code to get a question answered at the end of every single lesson. So one thing that we do with Plickers is at the end of every lesson, I show them a multiple choice question based off what they've learned that day. The students are able to respond instantly, and then on my phone I pick up their answers. We're able to discuss the data in real time, and then it's helpful for them to see the answer can't be A because of this, the answer can't be B because of this. It just gives us leverage to be able to talk about and discuss multiple choice questions and those question skills.
The app that I found today in the conference was Google Cardboard. I have seen it advertised before, but I've never seen it in action. And it's actually a cardboard box that you put around the phone, and there are apps for Android and iOS. And you can see a variety of things in 360 degrees. You can take a trip to the desert, walk all the way around, find landforms, explore the mountains. There's also a YouTube channel that now goes with Google Cardboard, and you can go inside a political rally as if you're standing there. The applications are endless for pretty much K-12. Google Cardboard also has a teacher app. The teacher on an iPad can find something within the video that you're looking at and specifically target it for the students to find. So for instance, if I'm studying the deserts, I have a specific thing I want the kids to find, and they have to go around and move their Google Cardboard around until they can pinpoint the specific thing I've asked them to find.
So my favorite session so far has been about BreakoutEDUcom, which is a way to get kids to think outside of the box. And so you have, let's say, 5 locked boxes in the room, and each box is locked with 7 or 8 different locks. And to unlock the locks, kids have to work together to solve puzzles and then use the answer to the puzzles to unlock the combination of the locks. And it promoted creativity, working together, problem solving, using real world solutions to solve problems. It was really neat.
So that is the end of the NCTies conference and the end of this IT Weekly. I want to send a special shout out to all the teachers who are involved in this episode, who gave us their ideas, pulled out some of the tools that they've been using, and even shared some of the ones that they've learned while they're at the conference here. We really appreciate that, and we thank you for your involvement. So that's going to do it for this episode. Make sure you check out our website, j.mp/cmslearnsnet. You guys can find our blog. You can vote for our Innovative Teacher of the Month. You can contact us. You can find all the information there, including past videos. So make sure you take a look at that. But until then, stay tuned for next week's edition of IT Weekly.